the fair question.
Hey everyone, this is Robin. I'm here with your NEPA shows coming up this week on Friday, November 18th.
Hello, and welcome to, this is not the podcast, actually. Welcome to the Q&A for Season 4 of the Big Break Contest. We are almost everybody. We've got 2 people missing off the team, but that's okay, because we love them anyway. Right, guys?
Right.
I mean, if I have to.
Y'all are killing me. All right. So,
I just got out of the shower and my hair is messy, so I will be combing my hair in this episode.
So this is
I planned my shower for
John
earlier.
Fry hair combing.
Yeah, how'd you do
You
your
shower?
hair with John Fry? I'm happy with my
Honestly,
first
I'm mostly
time.
just impressed that you shower. I didn't know that was a thing you did.
That's mean. That's fucking mean. Fuck you, Ben.
Wow.
It's my second.
F-bomb dropped in the first minute.
Sorry, we're best
minutes,
friends.
man.
We're a team.
There you
We're a
go.
team. We're a team. We're a team.
All
It's a
right,
very different
all
vibe than the first
Let's,
Q&A.
let's kind of do what we did last time, right? Let's just introduce ourselves. I am A.L. Fulkovsky, producer, director of The Big Break. There's not much else that I can say right now.
I hate
Robin?
Johnny so much.
Hi, I am Robin Schonk. I am the production manager of The Big Break. I help co-produce the Beyond the Break podcast on Thursdays, and I do also can't really say much more right now.
John?
I'm John F. Why is it? Did you change it to John F?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
all about
F.
uniformity, you know? like-
Anonymity first.
Yeah, sorry,
Big
I don't
break
do my
second
last
is
name.
what I always say. But I do marketing here. I started here this year. This is my first season, but started off working with AL as a sponsor and stuff, and now working with the team and everything. So it's good.
Yeah. And
John
then,
F. Right at you.
right down here.
Kyle, and I'm part of media. I'm the guy that runs the cameras.
Awesome. Also with media, we have Brian David, who's not here right now, but he does also camera work and some editing as well. Then we got John O.
Is it just John O? I thought, okay.
I don't know, Johnny. Is that one of your 900
It was vetoed.
names?
Go ahead, John.
I'm going sunglasses inside. Colin is not
Living life on the edge.
Okay. Great
Okay.
job, John. Awesome. Yay. And last but not least, Ben.
I'm Ben Dugas. I am the takeover coordinator. I am helping coordinate the bar takeover events that we're doing to advertise and promote The Big Break. I also am the podcast co-host for AL up there in the other corner. So yeah, and I'm coming to you live from 12 Penny, where our live event will be, the takeover this Friday. This is the stage behind me.
Yep.
So I am going to be here.
Yeah,
Nice
might as
stage.
well pitch that real quick.
There you go.
There you go. Plug.
Yeah, why not? So this Friday,
I'm so
free show,
excited.
12 Penny Saloon. We've got Starburns Red, Docile Sponge, Alex Stanilla, and returning back from season 3, we've got Running and Flip Flops. And let's give you a little taste of each one of them, starting with the opening band, Stars Burn Red.
Get ready to step on nine. Get ready to fight. Fight.
And then before you guys ask, I know you're going to ask, yes, I replaced the video with one with sound. Following Stars Burn Red, we're going to have Docile Sponge.
Just let me pass the record so I repress the truth inside the door. Speak dreams unveiled through shadow, faded from obscurity.
And then we're going to have Alex Stanilla.
Stand out and I
And then finally, walking in socks. Sorry, running in flip. So, yep, that is a free show there at the 12 Penny Saloon this Friday. So, hope to see a whole bunch of awesome people there.
I didn't run it.
After all four
I'll be
of those finished up for the night, because we're starting early, so everyone can get to the show. I'm actually going to DJ and close out the night here, so you'll have a little extra dance party time afterwards too. So,
Yep. No.
Yep.
So,
Running in flip flops,
Ooh,
ironically
we
enough,
got
also.
some fans in here. Flip flops fans. We got a docile fun. Y'all know how to say it. I don't.
hey, Robin, check your cable
your
there
mic.
on your microphone. It's kind of choppy a little bit.
So, fun fact, running in flip flops, ironically, almost also what AL had to do when we were on PA Live, because we parked 5 blocks away from the recording studio.
Yeah,
Oh, that was a treat.
Yeah. I walked out of the house with flip flops. I forgot to put shoes on. Is that weird?
Well, I mean, if you don't ever leave your house,
When you work from
I
home,
mean,
it's not. Can you hear me now?
It's
Yeah,
still
a little
really
bit.
choppy.
you're still crackly.
correctly.
I'll play with it.
Did we get rid of that video?
I'm gonna try to screw around with it. So
Oh no, here it is. I found so I left the house. I forgot to put my shoes on. I'm halfway to the car. I'm like, oh crap, I gotta run back in and put my shoes on. I walked out with flip flops and
And then we couldn't find parking.
and then we couldn't find parking, close to the TV studio there.
that was a debacle.
And
that was more
I was
exercise
saying-
than I get in a month.
I was saying it was a good thing I didn't have flip flops because then I'd be running in flip flops. So,
It's fucking insane.
Oh.
but PA Live. Let's we'll just play a little bit of it for you so you have an idea before we get into the entire thing.
Welcome back to PA Live. The Big Break is a growing venture that aims to support independent artists with expertise, insight, and most notably, high-quality content they can use to grow and promote themselves as full-package musicians at no cost to the artist. Here to tell you how you can participate in Season 4, we have AL, Ben, Robin, and John. Thank you so much for being here. This is so cool.
Thank you.
And we know there's a contest element this year. Tell us about it.
That's right. So the contest is open for signups for bands in New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Signups end at the end of this month, and we've got tons of prizes. We've got 10 big prizes. A record deal from Route 6 Records, a production named after them from Mad Twisted Hatters, a distribution deal, a whole bunch of stuff. There's a whole list right there. You can go to our website to see more.
This is like life-changing stuff. I mean, you're really changing lives with this kind of, and putting people on the map that might not get the chance to otherwise.
That's right. That's the whole point of everything we do is to support and uplift independent artists.
Because there's so many talented independent artists in our area, and I love that you guys are using your platform to shine a light on it. And I know this takeover has something to do with that.
So yes, the Big Break takeovers is basically we're going to take over venues in the area. There's a local restaurants, bars, nightclubs, whatever you got. We're bringing in some of the competitors. They're going to play for the night at the bar, no cost to the bar, and they get a full night of fun, and they get to spread word about the Big Break. So yeah,
it's like a win-win-win. I love that you guys have really covered everything so that these artists can just come in and really do what they love to do, because I think a lot of times you get caught up in the weeds of the logistics or just the fact that maybe you can't afford to do it on your own. And think of all the music that we're missing out on by not giving them the chance to kind of spread their wings. So Robin, I know media is a huge...
So, that's basically what we talked about as far as the contest. The rest of it was about the podcast and sponsors, which are both also very important. But as far as today goes, not as important. Something that Rachel, right? Yeah, Rachel from PA Live said, she mentioned the word map, and I just wanted to share this with you. This is so far where our contestants are coming from. So, ignore the numbers on there, but they're coming from all over the place. We've got some New York, New Jersey. We've got a band coming in all the way from State College. That's quite a trip. So That's awesome. I'm excited to see them. And then we also on the podcast, I'm sorry, not the podcast, on PA Live mentioned the the prizes. So, let's kind of go over the prizes a little bit. And if you've got questions about the prizes specifically, now is the time to throw them out there. The first one up there, obviously, is the record deal from Route 6 Records. And, what? What, Ben?
Nothing.
Okay.
Robin's laptop is about to die. Let's just say what's happening.
I don't mean to be that
Let's
person.
all
Did I
admit
leave my
it.
charger?
That's okay.
Did I leave my charger there?
I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, listen,
Anyway,
if you drop
moving
out,
forward,
you
Robin.
just come back in on your phone. That's what we're
I might
doing.
not
Yeah,
be
just
here.
come back
Yeah.
in on your phone if you need
Yeah,
to.
we're okay. We're okay. Continue. AL.
Anyway,
It's beautiful.
continuing on, the second one there is a product named after them from Mad Twisted Hatter's Infused Emporium. And I think that, honestly, if I was a band, I'd be more excited about that than anything, honestly, because now you've got a product that is going to be named after you for the entire life of that product. That could be years and years and years, being sold everywhere in Pennsylvania. If you're, wondering what Mad Twisted Hatter's Infused Emporium is, they sell edibles and drinkables of basically it's legal marijuana. It's the Delta 8 and Delta 10. So those are legal in Pennsylvania if you're 21 and older. Delta 9, I believe, is the one that is you need a medical card for. So regardless, there's going to be a little QR code on there that you'll as the band, you'll be able to change the destination of that QR code at any time. So, you may have a new song that comes out that you want people to check out, or you have a music video, or just your website or your link tree or whatever it may be. You can do that. The next thing on the list is a distribution deal from MLM Entertainment. So that's completely no cost to you. You get distributed to everywhere. Just everywhere. If you want more info on the locations and things like that, I would go to the MLM Entertainment Facebook page or website and check that out. Then you also get a high quality, professionally produced music video. I will be directing and producing that myself. You can check out my stuff and my work on, if you go to AL. What is my website? Yeah, I don't remember my website. That's weird, right? alvisualartist.com. So you can check out my work there and my previously made music videos. You also, some of the bands that are competing may not have a professionally recorded song, or they may have a new song that they want to record for their music video. So they also get a song recorded and produced at award-winning Encore Studios up here in Einen, up the Einen, or down, right, Johnny? Or down. Let's see what else is next. You get so every band that makes it to the finale, we actually have a camera crew that comes out. So we get HD video, multi-camera. We also have Encore Studio comes out with their portable rig, and they set up a multi-channel audio recording of all of your instruments and vocals. And then take it back to the studio, do a mix, master on it. So you have a professional audio of your live set that you get, to do whatever you want with. We've had bands in the past take a few songs and put them on Spotify as like a live EP. And again, you'll get the video for that as well. So the entire set. You get a live photo shoot again, that is done by Nancy Morris Photography. Nancy is awesome at what she does. She will be out there capturing your photos. You get those photos. You get the HD, high quality versions of those photos that you can do, as you wish with, within reason. The logo's got to be there. You can't, how photographers are, right? Then you also get a studio photo shoot with post editing, and that will be done by myself. And again, you can go to alvisualartist.com to see my portrait shots and all the fun stuff that I do with smoke bombs and lighting,
Smoke bombs,
colors and stuff. Next we've got our In the Break Room series. The best way I can describe this, if you don't know what it is kind of like the NPR Tiny Desk, if you've seen those. It's it's kind of like that. So it's like a stripped down version of 3 of your songs. Again, it's recorded. Encore Studios will record, mix and master the audio. Our team will do the HD video capture, multi-camera, with all the post editing and everything there. And finally, you get a 1-year VIP subscription to Merch Booth. That's John, I believe that's what, like a $800 or $1,000 value. Right
yeah,
there.
I mean, you're getting a free design out of that. You're getting
That's like 2 free designs. You get some of your merch for free. I think it's like 1 article of each. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Go to merchbooth.com and check out their VIP program, and you'll find out. They have the entire list of what you win there. And we lost somebody.
Dark and scary.
Oh, Robin's
coming back on her phone.
All right, so
yeah.
Let's see if we've got any questions. No questions.
Yeah, put questions in the comments. Did we say that this is a Q&A? Most of these times it's us like just talking to each other about questions we have about each other, which I like.
Right.
It's like, hey, what do we need to get done?
So if you guys are watching this live, then you have questions about the big break, toss them in the comments.
There's definitely people watching live, so any questions?
I had questions from somebody I was with last night. We
have a lot of questions from people here with me.
Yeah, this is what season now, and do people know that you started in Colorado? Because that's what I had to tell the story.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay. So I'll tell a little bit of the backstory. In 2012, I had a video production. I owned a video production company in Colorado, and one of my buddies was a radio host. Thank you, Darlene. So yeah, one of my buddies was a radio host, and we came together and we came up with the Big Break, and it was a much smaller scale than where we are now. But we had Your Own Medicine that won their music video. They got the recording and everything. It went really well. And then, life happened, and I had to shut down my company and liquidate everything so I can fund a family move from Denver to Southern Louisiana. And then life happened again, and I ended up here in Northeastern Pennsylvania, and then COVID happened. And I thought, why not start this again? I reached out to my buddy Trevor. I said, what do you think? He said, I no longer want to do anything with music or musicians. And you can find out more about that if you watch our very, very, very first podcast episode where we had Trevor. I thought it would just be the right thing to do to have Trevor as our first guest. So you can check that out. And then here
that was
we
a
are
great
around
episode. I was gonna say when the video we watched of you guys, like seeing you guys back then is hilarious, and like the background is like chain link fence and thunderbolts and shit. It's hilarious. It's just like yeah. It's just like even the music scene is different now. It's so funny.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, at the time, especially in Denver, the metal scene was just
And just that
metal,
like
metal. You know?
just that WWE look, like the chain link fence. That's just the
it was a battle.
Yeah,
Battle is
battle cage match,
Right.
Denver.
So yeah, that's how it started.
And how many seasons are you on now? This is what, the fourth?
This is 4. It's the third one here. It's the fourth one because you can't forget about the original one, even though you guys weren't there. It's but all of that footage and photographs and everything, that's all up online. So you can even watch the original submitted videos from the first season, and some of them are pretty funny actually.
Do you see a big difference from the bands from here and there? Like, is it just blatantly different, or is there any similarities?
There's not nearly as much metal here.
Oh, you think there's more out? Like,
almost,
it's just all out there.
Almost every band that that signed up for the first season were metal. Like 90% of the bands were like.
That's good. That's what I mean, you did have the chain link things backdrop and everything, so it's perfect. I just like, you could tell, like, just I don't know, the vibes of music contests back then were so much different than they are now, and you could see it in that video just because I don't know, like even when you think like back in our, like when my parents were kids, like Battle of the Bands were also a thing, and it was just like that was more of like a one-day thing. Like some people would sign up to it and then start playing music. Like it was such a different thing, and now it's like, it's all social and it's weird. It's
well, yeah,
so
but also can you make this shareable next time? I think it should be shareable. It's also
I'm putting that comment. Yes, it is.
There is this is not broadcasting. This is streaming on our YouTube channel as well, so you can share that.
Yeah, you might be watching it in the Facebook group, which means you might not be able to share it. But if you go to, like, you could share the YouTube link, or you could go to AL's Facebook and share that. The only
or yours, be able
John, to share it, always
going
add all of ours, because it's just the more shares. But yeah, anytime, this is my cat. Anytime what's it called? Anything is posted in a group, you can't really share it outside that group because people who aren't in the group can't see it.
Right. Yeah. Let's see what else.
That's a backstory.
What's the next question?
I have a question that I've been getting asked a lot that I want to clarify for some people. About the takeovers. So the takeover is not the competition. A lot of people think that the bands playing at the takeovers are the actual Big Break competition. That is not happening for months. The takeover events are just to show off talent that we've got coming into this competition to people that may not necessarily know about us. They may not have seen us online. They may not be a member of any other groups. They may not even follow the Big Break, but we're taking over your bars on your local corners that don't normally have entertainment. And we're booking the bands that are competing. So that way you can get a taste of them, maybe something you want to follow, bring your friends in to check out. It is not going to influence who wins or loses or doesn't come in, first in the competition. It does not influence that at all.
Right. Some bands may not even participate in the takeover because, they're coming from far away, or the dates are just, they just don't have those dates available, and that's fine. I mean, another thing to keep in mind is that we have certain rules for the bands when they compete live for the actual rounds in August and September. Those rules do not apply for the takeover, so for instance, for the contest, they can't play covers unless they've completely redone the song to their specific genre, right? Or their style. For the takeover, they can play whatever they want. For the contest, they can't use a backtrack as their source of music. So some of these artists are actually bringing friends to play their music live, even though they're signing up as a solo artist, and that's fine. But for the takeover, by all means, bring a backtrack. No big deal. It has nothing to do with the contest itself, aside from trying to give them more basically exposure to places that normally would not have this type of music or any music at all, or maybe the things that they normally play are just like karaoke or DJ, so now we're bringing live bands that nobody in that area has ever heard of to potentially bring them to the live shows when the contest happens, or get them involved and say, hey, in July, I'm going to need you to go online and vote for me, because in July, that's when the public voting for your DIY videos are. So, that's kind of the thought behind it, is to just help those contestants build up to the actual contest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For the takeovers, pretty much anyone can sign, like any band or artist. It's like DJ can sign up for it, right? Like, and then we will see if we could fit them into one of the venues we have, like the requirements.
No. For the takeover, it's our contestants only.
It's contested. I thought we were putting. So that's a question I had. We're not putting other bands with contestants. It's only contestants.
It's only contestants.
It's only contestants,
and
we are.
Right.
Now we are, I believe we did discuss at one point, if we wanted to invite back previous contestants who may not be competing this year. That was discussed, I believe, briefly.
But that might
with how many contestants we have, I think we might actually be able to fill each show that we want to do with contestants from this season.
Right. They are our priority. They are our number one priority. We take care of our contestants, so. Yeah. And then, if there are, some dates, I'm still waiting on a few replies with dates. If there are a few dates where it's like, oh man, if we just had one more band, I'll reach out to previous contestants, be like, hey, do you want to play this night? Or, so cross that bridge when we get there.
And I know we don't have a ton of dates booked yet, but I know the majority of the dates that are booking, just to kind of share, because I don't feel like that's giving any away, they're mostly Fridays. So Weekend Warriors.
We've got a few Saturdays in there too.
A couple Saturdays available. So we're trying to book out Fridays and Saturdays. So everyone who can go out weekends, you can go to these shows. Mm-hmm. And hopefully we have good turnouts everywhere, because as you know, bonus round. Oh, and the big thing about takeovers that I absolutely want to throw out there for this, we are collecting tips to give the bands a little something. We can't pay them because, unfortunately, all the money we have is going towards the Big Break competition. But you coming out, supporting the bands, which is awesome, and throwing a couple of bucks in their tip jar for the bands, that's just really awesome. Like that gives them a little something, show your appreciation. They're going to be able to sell their merch while they're here. You can get information about the Big Break while you're here at the takeover event. So come out, spend your money on the band, buy their merch, tip them, have some cocktails if you want to. It is a 21+ event this week at 12 Penny. There's 2 bars. The one in the club where you go, where the bands will be, is a cash bar. The one out front is cash or card. So,
and that's actually the stage behind you at 12 Penny.
This is it.
So it's a pretty cool stage. I haven't seen a stage like that in a long time.
The go-go box here for the go-go dancers.
Yeah, bring your go-go dancers.
So I think the other
I'll
thing
go up there. I won't
too
go
that
up.
I think is really cool about the takeovers is that the bands are going to be there. You're going to get to meet them. You can, they're
make
real
some
people.
friends.
Yeah,
they do exist.
Sometimes I know for me in the past, like it had been intimidating to talk to musicians who were playing shows at like a local place or whatever. So this is a good opportunity to like get to know the bands and get to know their music a little bit better. I think as fans, that helps like with the voting process too. If people are interested in the contest and what's going on with it, kind of like people would watch American Idol or The Voice, there might be people who want to keep up with the bands themselves. And this is a really cool way to get involved with it.
We've got a question. Where's the 12 penny, Ben?
12 penny is in music. Depending on where you're coming from, the easiest way, if you're coming from the Wilkes-Barre area from south to north, you want to get off the music exit and just go straight. If you know where the Amber Lounge is, the Indian restaurant in music, it's the other half of that building. Let me think, but there's like the Davis Street exit is 1 block down that way. So
right across the street from
ShopRite.
ShopRite.
Yeah.
Basically right across the street from ShopRite in music.
Next to an amazing Indian restaurant. If you like Indian, get there early and
it's
and
really
yummy
good.
down on that, man.
There's
an
a
awesome
whole
building.
parking lot, and there's a whole parking lot across the street from the bar that we can park in as well, with tons of parking over there. And there's a few spots out next to the building, which will actually probably be where the bands are parking to load in their equipment. So
Thank you
Yeah,
for
you
the
said,
anxious parkers out there.
Ben, you said that they can just pull back right onto the parking or right onto the
Oh, yeah,
sidewalk there,
the
unload,
band-
and then
the parking lot, the actual sidewalk is so wide that bands can actually pull up onto the sidewalk, unload their stuff inside, and then go park their cars. But there's plenty of places to park. If you hit there's, just so you know, if you guys are coming from the music exit in Wilkes-Barre, or from south, when you hit the fork in the road where there's a Turkey Hill in the middle of the fork, that is right on the property. Like that's right. Turkey Hill is like right across the street almost from 12 penny. So it's really easy to see.
we've got a question. What is the fee for a band to enter? Zero
Free.
to enter.
$0.
Zero to compete.
Free to enter.
Zero.
I mean, we
Zero.
do want you to adore us and love us forever, but I mean, that shouldn't cost anything because we
if you
know
want to
you
Venmo me directly, you're more than welcome.
I don't
No,
know
but it
how to
costs
do
nothing
the
to
hard
enter.
thing.
Costs nothing to enter the competition.
Yeah,
Just yours.
there's
That was
nothing
pretty
at
close.
all.
So maybe your firstborn. I don't know.
I don't want that. Sorry.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
kids,
Fair enough.
ew, I don't want
None
your
of us
kid.
should be.
That Venmo thing was fine, but I don't need a first.
I'll take them when they're old enough to do physical labor and clean my house.
Right.
Hey, you're gonna have to come pick up this baby.
Does your
No,
baby
but
want to
the whole-
sponsor us?
The whole idea behind the Big Break is to support independent artists. Why would we ask for money?
There's
From-
so much
from
great
the
music that goes unheard.
From the ones that we're trying to support, that would just be ass backwards, you know.
Yeah.
So no, it's free. It's free.
It's
you
free.
know?
We like free.
Sponsors, baby.
We do make you pay to advance each round, though.
Stop that, John. Someone's gonna believe you.
John, you're fired.
Stop spreading misinformation.
No,
John.
actually, here's the thing.
But that's
None
part-
of us.
That you can bend me on.
Here's the thing. None of us have anything to do with who advances, and that's done
Nope.
by design. you
And none
know?
of us are getting paid either. Yet.
And that's
AL.
another thing. I'm not getting paid, so I mean,
Ooh,
no-
that's a
no,
good
just-
question, John Casper. Are you? That's a big deal. Are you doing anything new to reach out to find new talent in the area? I
All the
reworded that
time.
because I don't think we got it right.
All the time. Yeah.
So go ahead.
First of all, John Casper, you're a great guy.
Good guy.
So I know for me personally, on the podcast each week, I do the NEPA show segment. So that's been a big way for me to find new talent in the area, especially Northeast PA. But in my free time over the last couple of weeks with the contest signups coming to their end at the end of the month, it's been kind of a push to really find new music, find new bands, find new stuff that I personally was a fan of, and directly contacting those bands either on Facebook or Instagram and letting them know that I really do like their stuff and maybe they would be interested in an opportunity to do something with the Big Break, whether it's be a podcast guest or be part of the contest. So I think, like, I know AL too has been reaching out to bands doing kind of the same thing. Just trying to
I have been
build a
so
community.
pleasantly surprised too by
Yeah.
some of these. I'm just like, please compete.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
please,
seriously.
you know.
And I always make sure, I always try to bring it up when I'm out playing, because I do karaoke and DJ all around town. I always try to make sure I mention it out my nights I'm at work too. That way, if you've got friends, I always be like, hey, tell your friends, tell your band members, you know.
Yeah.
We've got
Also,
a lot of
I went to open mic last night. Usually I'm sitting there. Well, the last couple open mics I haven't been to, but usually now that it's getting nicer, I'll be sitting there, and anyone that I see that's a band that we haven't seen or heard, or maybe they're just starting, it's like there's a bunch of new music that comes through the open mic, so that's a great place to just scout talent, look for that
Right.
kind of stuff. But like, I'm not going to sit there and force them to sign up for something like this, but it's easy to show them the benefits of this, because if they're taking this band seriously, which they already are because they're at an open mic, they need to see that this benefits them, and they usually do. So they'll usually, you know, sign right up to it. I mean, it's just such a good deal for bands. They get,
Yeah.
it's like, first of all, you sign up, you basically get a show that we're getting you, you know. So it's like you get exposure immediately. We sign you up for that. You get into a venue that you might not have before. You get to make the music video the first, you know. So there's so many benefits right off the top for the bands. That was one thing that me and AL talked about this year, and I know you guys have talked about in the past. Is just like, how do we show benefit and value for ourselves as like when do we give them when do we give them the interview? When are we going to have the interviews for the inside the break and all, or inside the studio and all that? So it's like, there's so much value in this contest. You should, if you're taking music seriously, like, you should take stuff like this seriously, because it's helpful.
And something to add about open mic night. The Crates, who won season 3, I approached them at open mic night, and that's how they signed up for the big break. It was one of their first shows, open mic night, and they ended up winning and walking away with the grand prize. You know,
awesome.
so it's
shout out to Crates.
And I'm just going to throw this out there. I've already had some of the venues that I'm talking with about takeovers have already started mentioning that they want to keep booking live music after the takeover events are done. So any band that plays out, you know, you're getting good with the venue that you're going to play at for a takeover event, and boom.
That's an in.
I have a good question. I have a good question for you, Al. How's the diversity of musicians this year? So, like, what do we got? Like, do we have any hip hop artists? What do we have?
So,
quite a diversity, don't we?
We do. We have quite a diversity. I think I wish we had more hip hop, honestly. The thing that the feedback that I've gotten back is, obviously most hip hop rap artists play to a backtrack.
Yeah.
And we've got our no backtrack rule. You know, and
we should maybe in future seasons think about having just like something
like a side,
hip-hop,
like hip hop,
exactly.
rap only, or right, you know. And I was thinking about that too.
And it's not good to
make category
things, but for us, we have to. You have to think, when we're streaming something and you're playing with the backtrack, our music gets copyrighted. We get a strike because you're just doing what you're allowed to do in the world. But Mark Zuckerberg decided you're not.
That was the nail in the coffin. Actually, it was last season. That's exactly what happened. We had a few artists, and they were all hip hop or rap artists. And they were really good. Don't get me wrong. They were really good, but they swore up and down that their music was that they had rights to their music. And we went through this whole process, spent a lot of time. You know, the team was out, we were recording, we did all this stuff. And then, you know,
hit with another copyright.
Right. We put a lot of work into this, and we don't get a dime out of it. So, you know, to avoid having to go through that again, that was our thing. You make the music live, you know.
Yeah. And like, once you get hit with the copyright like that, it's not like you could, even if you have the music rights, it's like a 4-month process to get that strike off. So it's like, you're put at the end of a very long line of people complaining. So it's like we're just trying to prevent that, because losing something like our Facebooks and stuff like that because of like streaming on there is detrimental to us. That puts us DOA. We're done. So
And
we have to
one of
take
the
that stuff
things-
seriously.
One of the things that I'm super, super proud of on our YouTube channel is there is no copyright issues at all, you know.
Mhm.
And you know, sometimes you get those copyright things where it's like, you know, this is copyrighted, but it's not, it doesn't count as a strike and things like that.
And
We don't even
YouTube-
have those. So,
YouTube is different, where they'll just demonetize. So like, whereas Facebook will kick the video until that that music or whatever stops playing, and then they'll restart your video. YouTube will just demonetize your video, which we really would be okay with right now. We don't sell the podcast, or we don't make money off of these. So like right now that would be fine. But Facebook is just so much different. Like it's they hit you with actual strikes on these things, and then they give you 30-day bans, and those bans, they're putting you lower in the algorithm. And it's like, we have to take all that stuff, because we don't have money to pay for Google ads. Like we need to be as authentic as we can. We have to be scrappy. So it's like that kind of stuff we take seriously.
Right.
Hey, John Casper.
do
Love
you
this
have
one.
a Spotify or otherwise playlist with the local artists that have participated in the big break? Yes, but we're not going to release that playlist until April
first songs
1st.
come out.
Yeah, that's basically it.
Do we have
We
past ones
also
from
have
past?
a web page on our website that is not public right now, but on April 1st, it's going to have every band that is competing. It's going to have their little bio and the links to all of their socials that they have provided us, so you can check them all out. And these little videos that we played earlier, you know, with the little 10-second clips of their music with some graphics, every single band is going to get one of those that they can do whatever they want with, but we will also be sharing those, so you have
It's
an
like when
idea.
this competition is going down, like I'm constantly making just little videos for people on social. Like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, everyone gets one of those. Just like, if you're up, like you're moving on in the next round, and I see some, like, our team has the abilities to make pretty cool content for you, you know? So it's like, dude, I say this with Merch Booth too. It's like, the more active you are with us, we will give you that back tenfold, because it's so helpful to us. Like it is so helpful to us. And it's just, that's the kind of stuff we look for, and shit like that. But question, do we have the Spotify playlist of the past contestants? Maybe that's something we should do too. Get a
Yeah, I saw somebody say,
I don't know how to
if
make
it was in
Spotify
regards to
list.
that, but they said, I'm reading the comments here. It says you should do one per season. I don't know if
Yeah.
that was in regards to the playlist, but I really like that idea.
That is a good idea.
Yeah, John Casper is a playlist guy
John,
too.
hey, John
big on
Casper,
playlist too.
We'll get that. We'll get that.
Hey,
That's
join the
actually a
team
really
as our
good idea.
playlist guy. We'll
Sick.
pay you $1 million first year.
He gets just the playlist. He's getting $1 million.
He's getting $1 million, John. You're getting nothing.
1/1,000,000th of a penny.
You're still a fucking intern.
He gives it to the spot in NBAC. Like,
He's cutting in and out. His mic is just cutting in and out.
Well, he's just too far away, and he's got the room noise in there
Yeah.
competing with him.
Yeah.
There is, you know, as far as the in the break room series, even though we're offering that to our first round completers, challenge completers.
Let's move on, because I don't know.
The
I don't
technical
know
term
where
for
to
that?
go with that.
Okay,
Look
I
at
don't
me,
know
anybody,
the word.
any contestant that successfully completes the first round challenge. There it is.
There you go. Word.
Gets invited to be in the break room series, right? But that's also open to other bands that are not competing. There's just different things that apply there. But at the end of the year, we do plan on taking some of those songs, the top played or something like that songs, and making a in the break room volume 1, for instance, where it's all, like a compilation album, basically. So that'll be
What's happening right here is I'm going to make a clip about this, and I'm looking at you, Mike, and I'm looking at you, Josh Balls, sponsor the contest. We're looking at you. Please sponsor the content. That's the clip. That's the trailer.
Especially the root beer part.
Cut it. Chills right
now. I'm gonna need to steal it.
I don't want to spoil anything.
Can we talk about Ben's green shirt because it's awesome?
What about my green shirt?
I like it. It's a cool green shirt. I like
John's jealous of it.
I'm not jealous
Robin
of it.
was
I said I
about
liked
to
it.
say something.
You're jealous because you
important,
want
right?
Very important. Nothing. I was just going to talk about root beer floats, but I don't want to spoil anything.
Is that one of our bands?
If anybody out there has a dunk tank, though, send me a message. Just send me a message.
What, a dunk tank?
Parlor, we need you to
I think Josh Balls
hook
does.
us
I
up
think
with a
Josh Balls
lot
does
of
have a dunk
root beer.
tank.
A couple barrels should do it. A couple of kegs. Sticky.
What? No.
The thought of being all sticky and covered in root beer.
So Josh Balls can hook us up with root beer
Yeah, Josh
and a
Balls
dunk
does have a
tank,
beer, a
apparently.
dunk tank. Yeah.
Ooh.
Josh Balls,
let's see.
fill the dunk tank with root beer and also sponsor the contest. And the pod. Sponsor the pod too.
Oh yeah.
Hey Robin, do you want to tell them about the podcast and how it's gonna go, align with round 1?
Yeah, definitely.
I should pay attention to this.
We are going to be starting during May and June. We are going to be having podcast episodes with videographers, and we are going to focus on each of the parts of the production process. We are hoping that our bands that are participating this season, the contestants are going to be able to take some tips away from this when they're creating their own homemade music videos. Since they're not able to have any sort of paid help, they've got to use their resources, their know-how, and so we're trying to provide at least a little bit more insight and hopefully a process that they can kind of follow. So during April, we're going to have our professionals come in and talk about the pre-production process. May is going to focus on production, and June is going to focus on post-production. So you'll get an idea from start to finish of how to create a video, a music video specifically. Anybody who's interested in that stuff, this is going to be a great team to tune in and listen to that too. If you're interested in getting involved in videography or making your own music videos, whether you're in the contest or not, this is going to be a good resource for it. So as that comes to a close, we will be at the end of June, which means our contestants will have to submit their music videos and get to voting in July. So that'll be kind of our transition point.
And then in July, we are the guests, and the topics of the podcast are going to be about self-promotion, because you're going to have to go out there and promote your video to get those votes. So yeah, that's also very important. Do we have a chirp? Do we have a cricket thing? I know, John.
Awkward. Why is it so awkward?
What did I forget?
I'm sorry. I was talking on mute to respond to that. I like that we have it sectioned out like that. It is smart if you're a band to watch that, listen to the people that we have on here. Like one of the people I'm having on is I met with him last night, is the guy that owns Cole Creative, and you could listen to his story. He's a great video guy. Learn a lot from him about how to make it and that stuff. Especially the video stuff, man. The video is a cool asset to this contest because like we talked about the last time, it's like Gus's, and we played it last show, Gus's video that showed you know, just like stickers popping up and blah blah, and it was recorded. It looks like it's recorded on a phone. Like, understand how well that video did. Gus still talks about it now, you know. So it's like,
Hey, let's actually show him like 10, 15 seconds of it.
yeah, go.
GTS. Yeah. Baby, I'm just trying to party. Baby, I'm just trying to party, yeah. Walk up and this bitch is going down. See the bad bitches, I just had to look around. Oh my goodness, I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. Cause they some bad little things with some looks that I.
So yeah, you see, like he's using those you know, GIFs, animations. It worked out really, really well. You know, but then you know, we also had Old Kentucky Shark, right? Who they won season 2, and you know, they had a different type of
Like
video.
a full,
Right, you know, and
it's funny because
I'll play a few
I was
seconds of that too.
$20 bill on the pavement, and I was thinking I'm lucky. I don't know the first thing about lucky. Yeah, I was born so unlucky. Whoa. And just the other day got Chinese food, and when I finished my portion, I opened up the cookie and read all about my coming good fortunes. Whoa.
So, you know, they went a step further, but both of them made it to round 2.
Check them
And
out, by the
most
way.
importantly, all of them are handsome.
They are.
And that's what's important.
They are.
And that's what's important.
That's what's really important.
Oh, I had a question for you. So did we release the dates for the I don't know, did I ask this already? Did we release the dates for the takeovers? Are we releasing those, or were they kind of like going to be more pop-up kind of things?
We are currently waiting on responses back from all the rest of the competitors to find out what dates they're available. We have a lot of days that we have open from different venues, and we want to make sure we're able to fill those nights. So we're still waiting
So
to hear
that
back.
list,
from them again.
that list that was on Facebook the other day, that was showing the available dates that we have, and we could fill those dates. That's a crazy, because that list, like, that showed there's a lot
There's
of
a lot.
opportunity.
Once
There's a lot.
There's a
we
lot.
get everybody's response, we'll be able to release all the dates with all the lineups at the same
Yep.
time.
Yep.
Oh, good question. What states are you accepting bands from?
New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. High in sight. We should have also allowed Delaware, so we'll do that next season.
Oh, there we go.
That's just, I don't know why people, I forgot about Delaware. I'm sorry, guys.
That's, in all
Once
fairness,
again,
most
if
of
you're
us
in
do.
Delaware, just Venmo me. We'll get you some fake documents.
Jesus,
We'll get you
dude.
If anyone Venmos you any money, I expect a cut.
There's gonna be a full audit on
Yeah,
me by my
You
own
get a
team
cut.
after this
Both of
episode.
y'all get a cut.
John,
Or at least a shot or a beer or something.
Taking the money and running. We need
Darlene,
Maryland.
send your bands our way. We do need Maryland. We do need Maryland.
If we could get proof, that bands from more and more states could sign up, like our goal is the whole country. You know what I mean? So each
That
season,
would be amazing.
we're just trying to add as many things that we see feasible. We don't want to add stuff that isn't feasible at all. Like that's just no one's going to sign up for. Like we want to make sure where our impact is in those places just as much as maybe a band that's playing with us.
Yeah.
Maybe every
we've got
season
to grow the right way so we don't hurt ourselves.
Yeah,
Yeah, does
and
that
the
count?
further they are, you know, it's more difficult for us to help them, you know, and at the end of the day, the whole idea behind everything we do is to help the independent artist. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's
And the goal,
yeah, it's hard.
the goal of the takeover was to kind of expand to some of those markets too, like get ourselves out, to get the brand of the Big Break out to the markets of the new places too. So we don't want to grow too fast where we're like, hey, we have a show in Maryland, New Jersey, New York,
Right.
this way. It's like
Yeah.
we want to be like, hey, we have a show that is impactful in New Jersey this week. The people there love the Big Break, you know. So that's what we want more than just like, hey, you know what? All 50 states are open, because it's just like we wouldn't be able to be authentic that way. It's like let's treat these people right when we can. That would be cool. That would be really cool. You know, it's like,
I'd love to eventually get a sponsor that's like a hotel, you know, so and maybe a travel agency or an airline or something where we can, you know, potentially fly people in. Or if we've got a hotel here where we've got bands that are coming in from out of state or from, you know, Pittsburgh or something where we can house them for the night, you know, or like a local restaurant, you know, like even if it's fast food, I don't know, something that these bands that are coming in from out of town, I don't want them spending their money, but unfortunately they're going to have to in order to eat, the gas to get here. Like, I get that. I get it, you know, and for those that are coming in from far away, dude, I get it. You're awesome for doing that. You know, it's huge. You know, you're like, and you are investing in yourself, you know, obviously. But
and like we work our way to make it work too. Like, what's it called? Prime 8 came to do a show with us. Like we got them, like they needed hotel rooms. Like we found a way to make it work. Like if there's dire need and you want to actually take part in this contest, we're going to work for you just as much. I mean, it's going to be tough, but it's like, we'll try to, and if we can't, at least we tried, you know? So it's like, and again, that's why we don't want to expand to somewhere that we can't accommodate, because I don't want to be left there being like, well, the band showed up, where were you guys, you know, because that's the last thing a music contest wants. You know, we want to go, we want the band to be like, we showed up and it was like the fucking Mall of America, dude. They gave us anything we need, you know. So that's really what we want to present.
We recognize the poor musician.
Yeah, because some of us are.
Some of us are or were.
He's in the bottom right corner.
So yeah, definitely. All right.
Yeah, Kyle.
Any you know, we're running we got a couple of minutes left here.
They've started karaoke in the other half of the bar, so I know it's almost 9.
Almost covered up. This comment almost covered up the whole bottom row.
So we got Darlene Hessinger has said, so glad I tuned in tonight to find out more about this. I'm not in a band. I just do band photography and meet many bands, plus run a group page. Thank you for all you do. I'll be reaching out to bands I know who may be interested in this. Thank you so much, Darlene.
Thanks, Darlene.
Thank you.
We've got 9 days left for them to sign up, so time is a ticking.
I thought that was like one of our relatives
Johnny,
that was just being
that's
super
right.
nice in the comments. But no, that's awesome. That was authentic.
That was
Darlene's the
authentic,
shit.
yeah, 100%.
Thank you,
That's
Darlene.
What are you?
It's showing off the stage a little extra.
That stage is nice.
That stage
It's a nice
is
stage.
And the go-go dancer box.
And
remember,
really cool
bands,
stage.
bring
And
your own
bars
backup
and-
dancers if you have.
Yep. And Encore Studios is going to be coming out and supplying all the audio. So they're bringing their PA, they're running their cables, they're bringing
That's
a drum
professional
set.
sound job you're getting.
And they've got like, you know, a whole nice lighting rig up in here too. So plenty of lights, sound, music, everything sound reactive, and little DJ booth back there for me. So
magic happens.
And any band that is competing or previous bands that have competed that are not playing these nights are more than welcome to come and set up your merch table, you know, meet people. You know, it's about building a community as well. You know, I find that
that's what we need.
That's how I met.
I hate clicks. I hate clicks. I hate clicks. I hate clicks. I can't say it enough. You know,
Do you hate clicks though?
I hate clicks. You know, they stop progress, you know, and there's so much potential out there if people came together as opposed to clicking and being like, well, shut up. We're all in this together, right? Then cut that shit out. That's it.
How many days are left to sign up?
9.
9 days left.
9 days.
This many.
Show them, Johnny.
We're running on.
Yeah.
We're running out of time. Do you want to? Do you have a video for the outro, or are we just cold out?
I don't know. What do you?
I'm doing takeover on Friday.
what
Please come out on Friday.
Yeah, come to the takeover.
Come to the takeover. Come meet us. We're awesome. Even if you don't care about the bands, come meet us.
Yeah, come meet us.
We're kind of all right. We're actually all only 4 feet tall. You can tell from we're actually all standing right now in our photo video.
And none of us are wearing pants right now.
No,
Kyle's our bouncer, and if you don't come meet us, he'll come meet you. So,
Wait, you guys are wearing pants?
Yeah, as long as someone does, right?
Badass.
That's all Kyle said. Wait,
you know what? We'll close with the. We had the intro, which was like a condensed version of the sizzle reel. We'll close with that, with the full version.
Bye, guys.
All right.
See you Friday, folks.
Thank you. Reach out if you've got
Peace
questions. And guys, my team, I love y'all.
Love you. I'll text you. I love you. It's a fair question.
Dude, I was vibing out to literally
What's up, guys? My name is Ethan Isolation.
Hey everyone, this is Robin. I'm here with your NEPA shows coming up this week. On Friday, November 18th,